New Zealand are a team in trouble at the moment. Yes, they are in the reckoning for a place in the final of the World Test Championship. However, as things stand right now, New Zealand are in a spot of bother, and there is one weakness that we here at Sports Today have been able to figure out. We've done some digging in terms of what their performances have been since the start of the 2023-2025 cycle of the World Test Championship, and there is one clear weakness that this New Zealand team has, especially the batting aspect of this New Zealand side, and that is their troubles with spin. Now going forward, big challenge for them, 3 test matches starting from the 16th of this month. It's a tough challenge now going forward, because earlier, if you see, they've come off a series defeat in Sri Lanka, but this is a different test altogether for the Kiwis. There's a leadership change as well. Tom Latham is the man in charge. You may not see Kane Williamson bat in the first test match as well. So there's plenty happening in that New Zealand side, and in all of this, they will be up against Ravichandran Ashwin, Kuldeep Yadav potentially, and of course there will be Ravindra Jadeja. Now the 3 of them together form a potent trio, and we know that. How will this New Zealand side that has a woeful record against spin, and I will be demonstrating that with numbers, how will they then be contending with Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav? That is something we'll have to wait and see, but it spells a lot of trouble, these numbers. In fact, let's just straight away put out those numbers for you, to put out some stats that we have for you, which more than illustrate New Zealand's troubles versus spin bowling. Now in 12 innings in the year 2024, New Zealand have lost as many as 67 of the 107 wickets that have fallen to spin, which is their most in the last 5 years. That's point number 1. Look at the other stat that we have here for you. Their average of 22.58 against spin this year is the worst for any team in the World Test Championship cycle. Now that is a damning indictment of a team that has actually won the World Test Championship not too long back, winners of the inaugural edition of the World Test Championship. New Zealand have had it tough playing against spin this year. Now this is just one part of the research that we've done for you. Let's move forward and give you more. Let's talk about what happened when they visited Sri Lanka. 37 of the 40 wickets, in fact, over those 2 test matches that they lost, were all against spinners. Let me focus just on the second test match. That was the time when a certain Prabhat Jayasuriya in fact picked up 6 wickets alone in during the time that they collapsed at just 88 in the first innings of the second test match. That is how much New Zealand are struggling against spin bowling versus Bangladesh, which happened in 2023. Think about November, December 2023 when they had visited Bangladesh as well. 31 of the 36 wickets at that time New Zealand had lost to spinners alone, while they did manage to stage a recovery and won the second test match, I believe, in Dhaka. So the series they were able to level at 1-1. However, for a side that hasn't won a test match in India for quite a while now, how will they then be facing this huge challenge in Ravichandran Ashwin, Ash-Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav? That is something we'll have to wait and see. But numbers clearly illustrating how bad a side they are at the moment and how much the batters are struggling against spin. And there's one more thing I want to point out over here. Since we're talking numbers, take a look at these numbers. This gives a closer look about each player in that batting order of New Zealand that they have. Look at the dismissals against spin. Look at the innings, look at the runs and the dismissals. Now the most number of runs, no surprises over there, coming from the bat of Kane Williamson against spinners. Now this is just against spin bowling, but he has been dismissed the most times as well against spin. 11 dismissals for him over there. Glenn Phillips has 9 dismissals. So does a Devon Conway. So does a Tom Latham, by the way, the new captain. Devon Conway, again, somebody who is looked at with a lot of reliance inside the team. He too has struggled against spin. Will Young is perhaps the only batter who sort of been able to contend well against the spinners, has been able to fend the spinners off. The others, though, look at that, 11 for Kane Williamson, 6 dismissals for Glenn Phillips, for Ravindra Jadeja, for Rachin Ravindra, beg your pardon, 7 dismissals for him. Mitchell has 8 dismissals. So that just tells you how much of a trouble New Zealand batters have had in recent times, especially this year. Like I told you, 67 odd wickets that we saw earlier on, they've lost in this year where have all been against spin, 67 of the 104 wickets. So a big problem as far as New Zealand are concerned, because they're not going to be finding things easy. Yes, the wickets, as we saw in the Bangladesh series, weren't assisting a lot of turn. However, even then, Ravichandran Ashwin was effective, Jadeja was effective, and they are quality bowlers. They are very high quality bowlers. And against this New Zealand side, they'll be licking their lips right now. New Zealand will have a very, very tough time facing these Indian spinners, and it'll be interesting to see whether they can move away from this trend. Can they move away from all these numbers? Can they do better than they have done in previous tours? That is something we'll have to wait and see. What are your thoughts? Do you think this New Zealand side can really put up a fight, can fend off the Indian spinners? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Sports Day.